Oh, I think there we go. Hey, nice to see you. Well, I'm not actually seeing you, but nice to be back online. Tonight I'm going to build a 60% keyboard. It's going to be in the famous happy hacking layout. It's going to be a happy hacking like layout. We're not actually going to do like the full genuine layout. I got this plate from a dude on Desk Authority, and it's a little odd layout. I think they kind of made it a little odd to fit a standard 60% PCB. Yeah, I'll be using my usual go-to switches, which is vintage cherry switches, MX Blacks. Modded a little bit, cleaned them very well, and put in some lighter springs and some modding films. Alright, I'm just gonna start putting the switches in and making sure we're getting a nice fit here. This is a Gon60 PCB. I know some people from the 60% community love this PCB more than any other. I don't have any complaints, but I'm not super excited about it either. I have one left from the Leander group buy, and I just think it looks pretty neat. The black silk screen, super nice, and there's no complaints with the PCB from my side. And this is actually the first build in a long time that I've been doing with plate mounted stabilizers. It's just because I couldn't get a different plate. You can see that here's the slots for the plate mounted stabs. I got them right here. It's a bit of a mix. I hope I got all the right components together. We're gonna find out together later if they all fit. Because I ordered some like my favorite Costar like plate stabilizers from SwitchTops, some online shop from somewhere, because they were actually the only ones I could find that had these so-called flat wires. You can see here, oh, that's not a good contrast. You can see here the wires of the Costar stabilizers are actually flat. I mean they're bent here, but the bend doesn't go three-dimensional. If we compare this with some other wires like these are very similar Costar wires, but you can see that the bend is three-dimensional, and they're giving me serious problems with thick keycaps. Most likely, importantly, with GMK keycaps. And we're going to be using GMK keycaps for this build today. I found this little set in my keycap bin. It's a GMK Monkey. It's been on. It's for the year of the Chinese Year of the Monkey. It's been on sale, I think in February 2016 on Geekhack. And I always wanted to mix it with Ski Data, but it kind of didn't turn out as well as I thought. So it's been lying around for quite a while now, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to put it on a board. Like this is I would call this a pretty decent plate. It's not particularly great, but the cutouts are very clean. Like, not literally clean as in good looking, but the switches have a firm seat, and they still slide in like comfortably, unlike the ortholinear keyboard plates that I was working with in previous builds. I don't know if you've watched them. If you want to see some horrible plates, you can look in my ortholinear keyboard build streams, where I'm having a much harder time getting the switches seated on the plate. Again, I'm not doing myself a favor here, because I'm using PCB mounted switches in the plate mount configuration, and especially in this nice plate mount configuration where we have all 1 unit cutouts. Like, all the switches are firmly seated in their very own special individual cutout, which is usually like a very great like the perfect prerequisite for a plate mount switch. But I do like the extremely firm sit, like an extremely firm construction, the tightest bond between switch and plate and PCB that I can possibly get. So I'm going through the trouble of using PCB mounted switches here. They will require like a perfectly cut out plate, and I don't see any problems here, because like these switches will not move like a fraction of a millimeter. They will not move a fraction of a millimeter if you use these PCB mount switches, and you have like a little bit of tolerances in the plate cutouts, you will have a bad time. It's not the case here. It's a super well cut out plate. I wish I had more to talk about than just the plate and the switches during all this, but that's the best I can come up with. For those of you who are curious to find out where I got some of the components from, I can link to the shops in the description. But the place where I got these stabilizers is actually like it was like a tiny little shop out of nowhere. It just had a handful of different keyboard parts. I'm not sure if they'll be around for much longer, but it's worth a try. It's always difficult, especially if you're looking for these super specialized items, to find a place where you can get them. So I understand you very well. If you want to know where these switches, where these stabilizers come from, yeah, but I can't promise that you'll still get them there. Okay, we're doing my favorite assembly technique once again. First, soldering the solid leg, then reheating the solid leg and pushing the switch in, making sure we got the perfect bond. Oh wow! Did I do a Gon60 board before? This thing's got some thermal mass here. I'm impressed. Yeah, I don't really. No need to heat it up very well at this stage. I just need to add some solder to make sure that when I reheat them, they got enough solder to properly get in. So this first round can be done like in a little rush. Playing around with the light a little bit. So yeah, this first step, like this first soldering round I'm doing, is really sloppy, and this will not work if I just did it this way. The keyboard wouldn't work properly because I am not heating the PCB properly in most cases. So the solder is probably like just forming a little blob. You can see it here. Little solder blobs sitting on the PCB. Very bad craftsmanship. I will be reheating all these joints. You'll see it. I'll be reheating all these joints to make sure that we get a perfect seat, like a perfect fit. Okay. Now this off. We're not going to be using much flux in this step. Going to be wearing some gloves here because I'm going to be pushing hard on the PCB and the switches, so it's a bit more comfortable to be wearing gloves. Okay, so process is simple. Heat it up, push it in, release. Oh, found out that I can actually, it's pretty neat if you could just go heat up, push in, heat the next one up, release the old one, push the new one. Like if you just move ahead with a soldering iron as you still push in the previous switch, so you make sure that it nicely that it actually hardens or like cools as you press it. This one's going to move it a little bit. Come on. Yep. And it's like a golden rule of soldering. If you solder something with one joint, you can always fix it. But as soon as you've got the second joint, you better make sure that you've got it right before, because you're gonna, like, it's very, very difficult to get something fixed once you have it once you have two joints connected, because you can't heat them both at the same time. It's very difficult unless you have some decent desoldering tools, which I can even assume some of you have. But if you're not having proper desoldering tools and you're soldering a keyboard, before you solder the second leg of the switch, make sure you've got it right. Especially when you have these multi-layout plates, and you have like a certain bottom row that you want to go for. It's sometimes a bit difficult to figure out which switch goes where, because these bottom rows just have so many different places to put your switches. Before you solder the second leg, make sure you got it right. Like, grab a couple of keycaps, put the switches in, like gently put the keycaps on, and make sure that you are in the right holes. I think I have reworked a couple of bottom rows, sometimes because I changed my mind, and sometimes because I'm much better at giving advice than following it. Okay, let's go on. I'm just gonna assume that we got it right now. It looks, yeah, if you see me looking up, that's me looking at the camera input. So I'm happy enough with this. Now we're gonna be soldering the second leg. Oh, now I get it. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I don't think the PCB has vias. That's why I'm getting all the solder blobs. Like, the solder doesn't sink in. It just sits on top because it's just got pads. Like, there's no via to heat up, so the solder doesn't sink into the hole. Why do you all love these Gon PCBs so much? I don't get it. Like, they're not bad. Not here to be like a critic, but I don't feel like they're super amazing. You've got all the PCBs in the world to choose from. You could, for example, go for a nice win keyless, like the B face. Probably make sure that they have vias before I keep advertising them here. Oh, thought I bent a leg. This is like the next bad thing that can happen to you. If you start soldering a switch and you then realize that it has a bent leg, especially these thin legs that I'm soldering now, like these upper legs, they're like pretty much thin copper, like thin sheet copper. And there we have one. Just doing this for you. See, this one, no leg, but I'm gonna show you now how much fun it is. Oh, that was smart. The smell of burnt plastic. Holy shit! The switch doesn't even have a second leg. What happened here? Bye bye. Here we go. Oh! Here we go. This one's better. Okay, now the bad thing is the hole is now filled with solder, so in order to push it in I have to reheat it, and then we can move the switch in. I'm gonna do the old game now, push it in, let it cool, and fix it. Yeah. This would have been so much easier if I did that before soldering any of the legs. So be smart, check the legs before you start soldering. It is going to save you some time in the end. Come on. Okay, looking good. I'm kind of confident now that we've got all the joints right. Okay, let me see. How do I unwind this? Like this. This goes up here. Okay. Oh. Next step now is to make sure that you got all the soldering joints right. I've been doing this after the switch soldering in every video now, and I will never stop doing this because nothing is more annoying than finishing a board and then finding out that you missed some of the soldering joints. So let me just prepare something. Here we go. I'm gonna connect the PCB. Oh, already get something. Okay. Nice. 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 Oh, check this one. Ah yeah, very good. Okay, this is the FN key. That's why It doesn't register as a key itself. But this sounds very good. We've got all the keys registered. Driver installation is still running, but that doesn't bother me. Oh yeah, we're at the point where we want to install the stabilizers now. Favorite part with Costar crap. Which way around? Like, let's figure this out. Come on. Well, first of all, like these wires are terribly bent. So, there we go. Good job. Okay. Like what I don't like is when the wire is slightly open. I want to make sure that it is perfectly parallel. Hey, this one's, I think you can see it a bit better with this one. Yeah, I want to. Okay. Good. That should be good enough. Like, it's better to do this when you still have the wire in your hand before you put it in here. Nope. There we go. Okay, big question is this side or this side? Oh yeah, I think we can go this side. Okay, I'm not happy until I have a smoothly running space bar. Oh, fuck it. No grip at all. I just hate them. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I totally accept that might not be the best, the biggest expert with Costar stabilizers. Why am I having such a hard time here? Nope. Something's going wrong here. Might be the wrong general orientation here. This has the potential to become my longest assembly video. Half the video being me cursing at Costar stabilizers for being Costar stabilizers. Okay. Snap! Snappy! Snappy, snappy, snappy. Okay. That kind of makes me a lot happier than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that off again. I'm gonna mount the plate now, and then I'm gonna add the other stabilizers. No, I'll leave this. No. Here we go. This has nothing to do with the plate now. This is all PCB and case, and they should be high quality, so I shouldn't have to be shouldn't have to be worried here. So far it looks a bit odd, I have to say. I haven't screwed in any of the screws yet all the way, and I'm already getting what a piece of crap. Like, this can't be the plate. Okay, I guess I'll just put in these 4 symmetrical screws, align the plate, and then put in the screws that I don't like as much. Okay, let's kind of give it like a little bit of a measure. What do you think? Think it looks good? I absolutely don't care how this screw fits in now. Screw it. Okay. I am happy. The nice thing about the happy hacking layout is the very low count of stabilized keys. Otherwise, I'd probably I probably wouldn't be able to finish this video without breaking something. Oh. Okay, I gotta find better stabilizers. How about these? I never prepared for a Costar board build. I could never see myself do one, so now I have to live with the consequences and use these crappy stabilizer leftovers that I got. Okay, I gotta say, like, once they're in and once they're going, they do feel quite satisfying. Until you have to change the keycaps next time, then you just wanna run back to Cherry and get some nice PCB mount stabs. This wire. Okay. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, with these like 3D bent wires versus the flat wires, I can show it very well. You can see what happens here with these wires when you have like a thick keycap. When you push it all the way down, the wire hits the keycap. This is better than these bent wires. The bent wires are going to be like a millimeter lifted from this position, and when you push them up, just before you bottom out, the wire is gonna like push under the keycap, and it's gonna be too tight, and the wire is gonna rub against the keycap, and it is gonna give you the impression that something's wrong with the stabilizers, like with the way you mounted the stabilizers or something, that they need some lubing or something, whatever. And it's just not the case. Like I've really gone crazy trying to find out why the stabilizer felt bad, until I realized it was all about this wire. I got some super lube. Yeah, I'm going to use some super lube on the stabs here. See if this works. Oh, here we go. Okay. That's some clackiness. I'm already unhappy with the color choice, but there's no turning back for me now. Oh yeah, and the bottom row is, did I mention that? The bottom row is 1, 1.25, 6.25, 1.5, 1. So yeah. Just say it. I know. Oh yeah, this is gonna be ANSI layout, ANSI and whatever. And I have no clue how this part of the ANSI layout looks like. Oh well, I do have a little clue. Let's try this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it. Yeah, it's a habit from my own layout. Like this goes. Where does it go? Does it go here? Oh wait, I can just pull up the Aqua test and it's gonna show me the ANSI layout. See? Cheating already. I mean, these nice matching brackets make it a little easier for even for an ANSI noob like me to get it right. Thanks very much, whoever thought of this. You still designed the inferior layout. That's what I love about these videos. I can pretty much say anything I want, and there's no talking back. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be a full happy hacking layout here. Like this, there's not gonna be a delete key here, and there's not gonna be a what is it, key up here. Oh yeah, this key is supposed to be here, and this key is supposed to be here, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, bottom row doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Almost. I thought there was only one monkey key. Of course. Yeah, not the best choice in keycaps. I'm not very good at this. They shouldn't let me pick the keycaps. But that's the best I can do. We got a rather like cost efficient, like if you just take your own caps and take the caps out of the equation, we got a pretty neat and cheap happy hacking layout like MX based keyboard here. Well, switches is your own choice. You can get them wherever you want. I think the case was about 80 US dollars. It is a very nice and sturdy low profile CNC'd anodized aluminium case. The plate I got from a friend on Desktority for 20 bucks. The PCB was like 60. You can get them a lot cheaper if you just get like a generic Satan / Senna 60. Stabilizers, well, I don't know. You can probably just harvest them from somewhere or get them like really cheap. All in all, I'd say we're probably talking about without the keycaps, and if you get the switches cheap and don't buy expensive switches from someone, we're talking about something like around 150, maybe 170 bucks for the board here. And yeah, add some nice keycaps, and that can take you wherever you want. But yeah, it's fully programmable. It has a very solid feel. Like you don't have much wobble or anything. Switches are neat. They sit very solid. That's all I can say about it. I've had fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in.